Hello, hello, hello. Lisa Zimmer here today. All right, today I'm going live in Lisa Zimmer Essential Oils Biz Tips. It is noon Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. You'll notice I have a little different setup today. I'm in a hotel room. Hey, Julianne. All right, so you know me, I always show up for doTERRA. Hey, Diane. Always show up. Always share doTERRA too, but always show up for doTERRA no matter what life brings your way. So I want to talk about that today. Always showing up. So this is the time of year when it's so easy to make excuses about not doing doTERRA. I never stop doing doTERRA. Doesn't mean, right, that I'm in a hotel room teaching classes in the lobby, but it means that I'm checking in on people, making sure they got their BOGOs, if they missed a day because of a system problem and taking care of it. Little things you can do to continue to care for and nurture your doTERRA business. I did teach a class yesterday. I flew in to Florida on Saturday night at like 9 p.m. and I taught a class Sunday at 2 p.m. for one of my team members here in Florida. I live in Illinois, and invested about 2 hours of my time, and then the rest of my time has been taking care of stuff, taking care of real life. And so my point is, it doesn't matter what's going on in your life, you can still do your doTERRA because of the beauty of technology today, right? I've been doing everything from my phone. Someone needed help with their On Guard Breathe order that they missed, and we got it taken care of. Somebody else was looking for a handout. I have them all saved in Dropbox that's connected to the internet that I can get to through my phone. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You can still care for and nurture your teams even if life circumstances throw you a curveball. So for example, I am in a hotel room because we were supposed to close on a new place in Florida last week, and it didn't. It closes Wednesday. So I'm going to show you a little bit about doTERRA real life and what your circumstances are. You want to keep moving forward in your doTERRA business no matter what excuses you think you can come up with, because there's no excuse to not keep going. And here's the reason why, right? We keep doing this because we know our why. And our why is that we're going to get to do things in our life that we won't get to do otherwise without doTERRA. So my excuses are not bigger than my why, all right? Here's part of my why. So we had just bought a little condo in Florida because someday we're going to move down here, right? This is out the hotel room, palm trees, swimming pool. I'm in heaven. I thoroughly dislike Illinois, the state that I live in. I spend 7 months cooped up in my house, sitting at the kitchen table working every year because it's too cold to go outside, right? So this is doTERRA real life. I know what I want, and I'm willing to make sacrifices to get it. So guess what? Our condo didn't close, so I am currently living in a little hotel room with the contents that were supposed to be going into my condo. My husband loaded up dressers, rugs, tables, chests, you name it. It's loaded up, jam-packed into a tiny hotel room right now. He made a lot of jokes and has had a lot of fun this week as he's loading up a dresser onto a hotel room cart and taking it to the 3rd floor, and people are staring at him. He says, "My wife's a crappy packer. She can't decide what to pack, so we just bring the whole dresser," right? Funny guy, but it's all about making light of things aren't always going to go your way, okay? So I'm suffering short term. It's short-term suffering, right? For long-term benefits. That is the name of the game with doTERRA. That is our whole business model. Sorry, I'm going to sit down again. That is our whole business model, right? Short-term sacrifice for the long-term gain. Try to set this up. There we go. Right? That is the name of the game with doTERRA. too many people throw in the towel before the good stuff happens, right? We've had a taste of the good stuff. So I know that living out of a hotel this week with stuff piled up to the ceiling, you can't see the rest of it, I can't even walk around this other half. Suffering through living in a hotel with stuff piled all around me. I can't even find shoes. I had to wear dress shoes with jeans and a sweatshirt last night to go eat because I couldn't even find any shoes, right? Short-term suffering, long-term gain. Because we've had a taste of success with doTERRA, no matter what happens in our life or what happens in doTERRA, we don't give up. We don't stop sharing doTERRA. doTERRA changes new kits. That's inconvenient for a little bit. Awesome. Spin it. And so when you're talking to people and you're using up your old trifolds, right? We taught class yesterday with the old trifold because my builder on our team, it's one of my builders, she had old trifolds printed. So all she did was come into Biz Tips and she printed the trifold inserts that's in the files tab. I made those for you for free. She printed those out, cut them, and just slid them into the trifold. She didn't tape them on. She didn't make labels. She didn't do anything fancy. When I got to the kits, I just said, hey, I'm so excited we have brand new and improved kits with freedom users. All right, so set your trifold aside and just grab that slip and we'll go through those right now, right? She got enrollments, old trifolds or not. So it's all about flexibility, sacrifice, making do. You can work your business no matter what's happening. My builder, yay, hey Anita. My builder's on here, Anita. She's been incapacitated from car accident. But guess what? She worked her doTERRA business anyway. She used her scheduling feature, right, in Cinduit and scheduled newsletters, scheduled posts, scheduled everything that she needed, right, to make it happen. So I show up anyway, right? I'm sitting on my hotel bed. I've got a doTERRA box with a book stacked on top of it and my phone propped up. There is no such thing as perfect in this business. And too many people skip doing things because they don't feel like they can do it perfect. Nothing I do is perfect, but guess what? It gets done, right? We show up anyway. I showed up in class yesterday in shorts and a tank top and sandals, which I would never do for a class, right? I personally wear a dress or, you know, a nice shirt. Guess what? Couldn't find one. So I showed up that way anyway, right? Hey, Wen's on. Yay, I was just bragging about you, Wen. So Wen did awesome at her class. I was telling them how you used the old trifold, printed the inserts, and just slid it in, and you rocked it anyway, right? So it's not about being perfect. It's about getting things done. It's about showing up no matter what and rolling with it, okay? So I just see so many people, right, throw in the towel or let life get in the way or let excuses get in the way. There's no excuses necessary. It's just how bad you want the good stuff that doTERRA brings, right? So fortunately, I knew from the second I started the doTERRA business that it was gonna be huge. I have screenshots from my friend Julie. I texted her in October of 2014, and I taught my first class, or I didn't teach it. Joanna Sacco taught my first class August 23rd of 2014. And I texted Julie in October and I said, there's something here. I don't know what it is. I don't even understand this business yet. I don't understand any of this stuff. I was Premier and didn't know it. I didn't even understand what that meant. I asked Joanna, she's like, yeah, you hit Premier. I'm like, what does that mean? And she said, it's fantastic. And I said, does it help anyone with their health? And she's like, no. I said, does it make me any more money? Because there was no rank bonuses back then for Premier. She's like, no. I said, well, I really don't care then. And I just kept going. I knew there was something big here with doTERRA. So I never slowed down. I never stopped, no matter what. No matter what's come our way, right? Dad with cancer, cousin killed in a tragic car accident. Her 7-year-old killed in a tragic car accident. Sickness, sick mom in the hospital, father-in-law with skin cancer. That's the newest one, right? Doesn't matter what happens in our life. We still don't throw doTERRA to the side. doTERRA is always at the forefront. Yes, we take care of our family. Yes, we do our other things. But there are 16 hours in a day that you can dedicate to your family, to problems, and to doTERRA. Make sure that you're making time for doTERRA, even if it's 20, 30 minutes a day, to check in with your team and make sure they're okay. Don't let what's happening in your normal life overcome your dedication to doTERRA. Make sure that why you're here is stronger, and why you want to be here is stronger than any problems that can come your way, right? So anyway, I'm just super, super passionate about doTERRA, obviously, and want to make sure that people don't give up when bad things happen. You never quit on a bad day. That's a saying in doTERRA, right? This month is awesome. Hopefully you guys all rocked it with BOGOs. Hopefully you are all now marketing and going live today about Zendocrine Complex, right? If you don't know what it's for, read from a book, right? Let everybody know they should have Zendocrine White Bottle Complex, and they should buy as many bottles as they can, because doTERRA is so focused on sustainable sourcing of quality ingredients, right? That's why it's been out of stock for so long. So obviously there's a chance it can go out of stock again, so stock up, get as many as your budget allows, all right? Excuse me. And so the month isn't over. So if you haven't reached your goals yet, don't give up. Hey, Tracy's on. Tracy's killing it. Tracy, tell them in the comments what you just did. She did a Zimmer event and got 4 enrollments, I think. So you tell them, Tracy. All right, so read the comments. You're going to learn a ton about what others are doing, learning. Learn from each other, collaborate by reading comments, right? Find people in the comments that are having successes and ask them about it. Make friends in here. All right, so let's see, what else did I want to talk to you about today? I will be going live in WWZD6 today. We're going to talk in there about when to gift enrollments and when not to gift enrollments. That's a pretty big deal right now with BOGO month. I discourage a lot of gifting of enrollments unless there's a lot of check boxes ticked off, right? So we want to make sure that we're not gifting enrollments to people just because it's a BOGO month, okay? So let's, we're going to dig into that in WWZD6. If you haven't taken my WWZD courses, please do so. It's where I spend the day answering questions for every single person. We did structuring last week. Today we're going to talk about when to gift and when not to gift, right? WWZD7 will be coming out, and we'll be doing that at the end of January. I know I'm so glad that you're all loving the day-to-day help in there, and that you're appreciating it, because we really show up, whether we're at an airport or living in a hotel. And so I just want to make sure that everybody has their mindset ready and raring to go. This month is awesome. Next month is going to be awesome. We're going to teach you how to kill it, right, for December promos and whatnot. But then it gets quiet in January, and I want to make sure that people are working on their mindset right now, right? It's good right now. And I want to make sure that you are developing your why. Why am I doing doTERRA? Know what your why is, so that when life throws you a curveball and you have to live out of a hotel with all of your belongings for a week, that it doesn't stop you from doing your doTERRA from your hotel room anyway, right? Do doTERRA anyway. I don't care what life throws at you. Make sure that doTERRA remains a part of it, right? Because now I'm 47 years old. I lost everything when I was between the ages of 39 and 42. I was a very successful realtor. I had a house that was paid for. I had a BMW that was paid for. I had not a Yukon. I had a $70,000 Tahoe that was paid for. My husband had a $30,000 Corvette that was paid for. We had 3 Rolexes that were paid for, and we lost everything when I got sick, all right? Luckily, all that stuff was paid for so we could sell it all and live, but guess what? We have not only come back from zero, we were in so much debt because of taking that antibiotic and destroying my life. And because of doTERRA, right, we've gotten that all back. Now I don't buy Rolexes and I don't buy Corvettes anymore, right? I buy practical things that will appreciate and value, and I invest in things. Now I've learned the difference, right? But the point is, none of that, we wouldn't have survived that had it not been for doTERRA bringing us back our financial future. But it's because I saw the vision, because I had such a life-changing health experience that I knew no matter what happened, I would be able to talk about doTERRA and tell people that they have to have it, right? There's nothing anyone can say to me. They can be rude to me about my oils. They can make fun of me. They can call me names. They can post negative things on Facebook. Don't care. I know what the power of these oils hold. I know the power of this business model, right? Because of the power of this business model, right, I just bought a very practical one, but a second home in Florida, in Fort Myers, really so I could keep an eye on my parents all winter long, because they're 75 and have a lot of health concerns, right? But nonetheless, I get to come to Florida. I get to help develop my team that's here. I get to keep an eye on my parents. I get to leave Illinois for part of the winter, right? None of this would have happened without doTERRA. So make sure, I want everybody to take some time this week. I know you're busy closing out your month, but take some time this week, next week, after the holidays, whenever it's free, and write down your why again. Why do I do doTERRA? Goodness. I just envisioned myself doing it, right? So that's why I do WWZD, because I actually follow through and do every single thing that I tell you to do in WWZD. So I just envisioned myself, right, writing my why and putting it back up on my vision board at home. I'll do that here this week if I ever get to move into my condo. So that when these less than stellar experiences, like my mom almost dying last Monday in the hospital, right? Luckily I had my oils. My oils saved her. It's pretty obvious what my why is first, right? It's my family. I would live in a truck and tell doTERRA, or tell people about doTERRA, because of how it changed me, how it changed my dad's health with his liver situation, and how it just saved my mom. I would live in my car. So obviously my why is our health and life and family. But number 2, sorry, I don't know why I'm crying so bad. I've been so strong. But I saw it, I envisioned it, and we need to put that why up on our board so we know why we show up. So even if our kids are screaming and kids are sick and husbands twerking you off, or if you're a sandwich generation like me and you're taking care of children, you're taking care of husbands, you're taking care of customers, you're taking care of parents, and you sometimes feel like I cannot do one more thing, I still make time to do doTERRA. Because my why is so powerful and so strong that it keeps me laser focused that doTERRA belongs in my life in some way every day, right? Goodness, sorry, I turned into a crybaby today. All right, so find your why. It's easy to be excited about doTERRA this month, right? Because this month was kick butt. Awesome BOGOs, awesome new kits, awesome that they brought Zendocrine out today, right? It's easy to love and do when it's good, right? But I want you to be prepared and have your why. Make notes this week or next week about all the things you loved about doTERRA this month. What were your doTERRA highs? I want to see those written on your why part of your vision board. I don't do vision boards, but I will put my why up on my board. And I want you to make notes of all this amazing good stuff so that come, say, January, when it's a little quieter, right? That's just historically. People don't spend a lot in January no matter what business you're in because they just spent all their money in November and December for holidays, right? And then things pick back up in February when people get back on their feet, right? But I want you to remember that when in January and people are saying, oh, I really can't afford it right now, or oh, I have bills to pay, and you're feeling not perfect, not successful, like you're not good enough. I want you to remember, one, that's just the ebb and flow of business. And two, I want you to remember why you're here so that you can focus on those things, right? Because if your why isn't powerful, you'll give up and you'll miss out on all the fabulousness of doTERRA. You could even live in a hotel room for a week with all your belongings. Just kidding, right? So my why is getting me through this week. My why got me through this last month when it was chaotic, right? Kits ran out. My why was stronger than my negative attitude. Had to redo materials for new kits. My why was stronger than my frustration with that situation, right? I still found ways to problem solve. What's the most recent, right? BOGO week happened a week before I was prepared, right? So I was not ready, and but guess what? My why was stronger than my needing to rearrange my schedule, right? If your why isn't strong enough, you're not going to get through to the good stuff. So work, and find why you're here. And post in the comments for me your why. Let's practice your why. Okay, it's good to share this in classes. Share your short version, share your long version. I don't care right here, right? In your classes, you're going to share your short version so that you inspire others to do the same. People always say, oh, I have to learn all about these oils to do doTERRA. No, you don't. All you have to know is what helped you and share your story and share why you're doing it and inspire people. People aren't inspired by the fact that oregano burns off a skin tag. People are inspired that oils changed your life. Did oils change your life because you no longer, have sinus frustrations? Did oils change your life because you weren't sleeping? Did oils change your life because you were disabled in a wheelchair with brain damage? Did oils save your life because you were battling the big C for 10 years, right? And 6 months later, you're awesome, right? These are all stories I get to share. All right, so share below your why if you're get comfortable with sharing your why, because that's what's going to inspire people to do what you do, to duplicate you, right? Because doTERRA is life-changing. Absolutely, Barbara. All right, so live from my hotel room in Fort Myers, where I live for the next week, with all of my belongings, unexpectedly. All right, so do doTERRA anyway. So I will be showing up and I will be doing my doTERRA. I've got my trifolds in my purse, my old trifolds that I'm using up. I got my new kits printout that's free in the files tab, printed and slid in them. And I've given them to furniture people. I've given them to waitresses. I've given them to, I don't even know who all I've given, the front desk. I've given them to all kinds of people, right? I'm planting seeds everywhere I go. My husband's in a hurry, so I don't always get to talk to them a lot, right? Because I have to do all kinds of stuff in a very short amount of time, right? But nonetheless, I'm planting seeds everywhere I go. I smell like doTERRA everywhere I go. So the number one thing I use is Adaptive on my wrists, and I spray my body with my spray that's 20 drops Serenity, 20 drops Eucalyptus, topped off with water, and I put it in doTERRA's 30 milliliter sprayer. Every time I go into a store or I'm going into a restaurant or anywhere, I spray that in the air and I walk through it, right? And I get it on my body, get it on my hair. And people are always like, oh my gosh, you smell amazing. What better segue into having a doTERRA conversation and whipping out a trifold than that? They just started the conversation about the oils, not me, right? So do doTERRA no matter where you go. All right, I hope everybody has an awesome week. It's going to be a great, great ranking month. Love it, love it, love it. If you want to learn about the interest in WWZD6, so that's a training course I do. It was once a quarter, and now we're doing them about every other month. The next one, WWZD7, is going to start the end of January. We'll have it up on our website here in the next week for you to purchase. And we always have early bird registration. They range anywhere from $20-some to $40-some, depending on the length of them. You always get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars in free tools because I always get carried away. For example, right now, a free gift. What was the free gift supposed to be? I don't know. I ended up giving like 6 or 7 free gifts and handouts and tools that you can't get anywhere else. Oh, it's a LLV handout. So tons and tons and tons of free tools and gifts in my WWZD courses that you can't get anywhere else. And so if you haven't joined WWZD6 yet and you want to join that, you save all the content and reuse it, revisit it. The groups never close, over and over and over and over. And I'll be going live probably here in a little bit in WWZD6 about when to gift enrollments and when not to gift enrollments. All right, so hope you all have a great week. Promote that Zendocrine white bottle like there's no tomorrow. And we'll look forward to seeing you next Monday at noon Central Standard Time. I'll still be in Florida, hopefully living in a home and not a hotel. Have a great one. Happy oiling. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.